Samsung has an ultra ecosystem that no one is talking about. Today, that changes. Let's go. The Galaxy S25 series on its own is a great device. The S25, the S25 Plus, and the S25 Ultra, which is the focus today. But when you surround it with its friends and family, what a metaphor, it's an unbeatable package. Today, we're going to look at the products that surround it and how they operate with the Galaxy S25 Ultra. I want to start first with the most accessible of the range, the Galaxy Buds 3 Pro. They have an incredible feature set, but when you pair them with the Samsung, and in particular the S25 Ultra, those features get elevated to another level. The main thing that a lot of people would buy Buds for is for their sound quality. But that sound quality is only as good as what the environment allows you to sort of hear that sound that you're listening to. If you're in an environment with lots of noise, then that sound quality is effectively pointless. A feature that's isolated on its own with the Buds 3 Pro is adaptive noise cancelling. And rather than just block out noise, is it'll adapt to the environment around you, and depending on the sound levels that is being sort of emitted, it will adapt that noise cancelling to a level where you can maybe hear things that you need to, or block out noise that you don't want to listen to. Samsung have also allowed this to be like a gateway to Galaxy AI features, to allow features like Interpreter to work. But it wouldn't be an ecosystem without talking about how they actually operate with the phone. And what's great is Samsung have allowed the Buds 3 Pro to work alongside the Ultra as a microphone when recording video. And it's not just as a microphone for recording video, it's 360 audio. So you can record the sounds as if they're coming from the direction they're sort of being recorded in, and it'll save that as part of the video file. Here's an example. This is now 360 audio recording. So the whole idea of this, again, is trying to be like a surround sound, immersive 360 experience. And again, with the Buds, I can sort of, walk sort of back here and have it be still coming in nice and clear, even though I'm talking at a normal level, but far away from the phone. It's just how it works. But it wouldn't be an ecosystem just if it was phone to Buds paired. It needs to work with everyone. The Galaxy Buds have auto switching, which in operation allows them to jump between the relevant devices that are actually playing sound. So if you've got sound coming from your tablet, it'll automatically switch to the sound from your tablet and play the video. Then if you get a phone call, it'll switch back to the phone. That jumping around of the ecosystem can go between things like the tablet, things like TVs even, but also the Galaxy Watch. The Watch is actually a really perfect example of it because it will allow you to listen to music from Spotify directly from the watch itself without needing to go through the phone first. So you can imagine if you're out for a walk and you want to leave your phone at home, put Spotify and download some playlists to hear, or download it through cellular, and you can listen directly from watch to Buds on the Watch Ultra. But the Galaxy Watch has a stack of other ecosystem features that are also worth discussing. There is a host of Samsung Health features that I'll get to in a moment, but the first one is that you can use the watch as a camera controller and a preview. Samsung were actually one of the first to throw this into their wearables years ago now. I think it might have been the Galaxy Watch Active 2. And what you can do is launch the camera from your watch and then control and see a preview of what the camera is looking at and then snap the photo. Really great if you've got group shots or if you just want to take photos with your kids without needing to sort of hold your arm out. It's really beneficial for that. It works in most of the camera modes on the phone as well, so it's not necessarily just photo and video. There's a host of others that it also works with too. Now, this doesn't need to be the Watch Ultra to use this. The Watch 7 or a host of other Samsung watches actually have this capability too, but this is an Ultra video and it works on the Ultra. What I also really like too is the fact that you can use the watch as a PowerPoint controller. So if you don't have a remote control or like one of those clicky things, clicker I think they're called, you actually can control your PowerPoint presentations from here. It's just an app called PPT Controller and allows you to pair your watch to your laptop and then launch presentations and control them. Convenient. Now, I said I'll talk about the Samsung Health features, but I want to talk about them alongside the Galaxy Ring. This launched last year and just provides another avenue for health tracking. The thing is with Samsung though, is they don't just release a product just for one facet. So health tracking isn't the only sort of string to the bow that this has. That's not right. This isn't the only string to the guitar. That doesn't really work either. Either way, it's not the only thing it does. You've got other features to go along with it. Like the Galaxy Watch Ultra has got camera control, this has got gesture control, and it sort of controls a similar thing. In the settings of the Ring, you can actually go on and turn on some gestures for a couple of different options. You've got the option to pinch to dismiss alarms, which can be handy. Get it? And you've also got the option to pinch to snap a picture or start recording video. So if you wanted to shoot hands-free, and by hands-free I mean not holding your phone, you've got the option to use this and the pinch gesture to sort of snap that picture. Really good if you want to take, again, group shots from far away, or if you just want to even capture a long exposure photo or a night mode photo outdoors. There's also a way to practice it in the settings too. So if you'd want to practice that gesture, it sort of gives you that option and you can master it. Now, this is where we talk about the health, because as nice as it is to get those extra little touches for gestures and control, the main function is about the health. I have got a full Samsung health video you can go and check out, but I want to just focus on a couple of the health-related features to do with the watch and the ring. The stuff these can measure is crazy. There's one metric that I really like to keep a track of, and that's heart rate recovery. So after you've finished a workout, for 2 minutes post-workout completion, it'll measure the recovery rate of your heart rate. Say rate more. Whole purpose, I guess, is to see how quickly you can bring your heart rate down post high intensity workout. Really good to sort of keep a track of this so you can see as your health gets better and as your fitness improves, how quickly you can recover from that. For me though, I would say the biggest integration of the health functions that both of these have is the energy score. The energy score got introduced last year alongside both of these wearables. It uses Galaxy AI. It's a function of Samsung's AI offering. It just combines a bunch of different metrics that these two have tracked and combines them into a score. It almost acts like a battery level. So when you wake up in the morning, you get an indication of your energy levels that's been tracked from the day before. At the moment, it works off daily activity and your sleep and kind of keeps a track of that to sort of give you a score, and the sleep metrics as well sort of go into that. I would love in the future for it to be able to include things like food and water intake to really give you that whole set picture. It's really nice to know from the day before what your sleep was and what your activity was and how that sort of impacts your next day's energy levels. The potential for it is incredible. I already love what it is now, and I love that Samsung have included this as part of the Now briefing. So every morning when you wake up, you click on the Now brief and it gives you that energy score, sleep score, and it sort of sets you off on your day. The thing is, Samsung's ecosystem doesn't just account for activities and sort of entertainment. There's a productivity element to it as well. And the Tab S10 Ultra becomes an integral part of this whole conversation. If a laptop is too much for you to carry around in terms of you don't need this big, giant, heavy thing, the Ultra can kind of replace it in a lot of different scenarios. And you don't also sacrifice a lot when it comes to performance either because of how powerful it is. And amongst all of that, it seamlessly slots into this whole Ultra ecosystem that we're talking about. The obvious starting point is Quick Share, the ability to easily and efficiently transfer files back and forth between tab and phone and tab. Large files too, not just like a photo here and there, large video files that if you're someone who's maybe a content creator, you can share those across the ecosystem very quickly. But that's only like a partial element of this story here. You've got multi-control, where from the tablet, especially if you have a keyboard, you can use that keyboard to control your phone. And it's just a really quick switch from some settings on the keyboard that allows you to switch that control across. Whether you want to control apps or respond to messages, it's a really nice way of transitioning between the two devices and controlling it from one. You've also got call and text on other devices. So you can actually get your calls from your phone to come through on the tab and allow you to pick up phone calls, again, using one device instead of needing to operate two. Like I said earlier about auto switching with the buds, that works here seamlessly. That ability to play something on the tablet and have it automatically switch connection to the tablet is amazing. And I think what elevates this whole conversation about the Tab S10 Ultra is if you own the keyboard. The keyboard, especially for the Tab S10 series, has a dedicated Galaxy AI key. Bear with me because this will tie together in a moment. I'm a frequent and avid Samsung Notes user. I use it for everything. And alongside that Samsung Notes ecosystem story of it all syncing across your devices live as well, there's also the fact that alongside Samsung Notes, you can run other things, of course, because of multi-window. Adding in the power of the AI key that launches Gemini gives you that control of meshing your productivity with an AI workflow. Myself, if I am planning a session for my under 8s for coaching, I can use AI to help generate some ideas and then transfer them into Samsung Notes, and then use Samsung Notes to organize it and refine it through their version of Galaxy AI. That whole convergence thing is exceptionally powerful. At the center of all of this is the Galaxy S25 Ultra. Without this, and without your Samsung account especially, all of what I've showed you can't take place, because this links everything together and creates the heartbeat of the whole entire ecosystem. The watch data, the buds, the tab, all of it links back into the phone, and that's why it's the whole center of this whole thing. The Ultra ecosystem is incredible. Everyone talks about other brands' ecosystems, but Samsung have got one of the vastest ecosystems, not to even mention SmartThings, which again, I'm saving for another video. It's a big video, takes a while to get it moving. Hit subscribe, Tech with Benefits, Samsung content for everyone to enjoy, and I'll see you guys in the next one. You!